Welcome to the Ultimate Stacker 1. This is one of my absolute favorite ways to generate traffic, build lists, and make sales. And it's basically using offline postcards. And what I'm going to do with this video, I've given you a couple of PDF examples of postcards that we use. And what I'm going to do is show you one of the campaigns that I've run and continue to run, and give you some ideas on how you can go about doing this. And I'm going to give you the resource so you can use the exact same people that I use for selecting my list, because they're awesome at that, designing my postcards, printing my postcards, and doing all the mailing. You can get it all done at one place, and you can do a low-end, low-cost test. All right, so let me give you an example of one of the postcards that I ran and I continue to run. This right here, I remember the first time I ran this postcard, it was from a book offer. And by the way, offers to look at when you're doing this is offers that are really low cost in the front end, like trial offers, like, free plus shipping offers that are tied to, forced continuity programs. As long as, it's not a hidden forced continuity program, they need to have full awareness of it up front. Or products that that pay you out a good percentage, so that maybe you're making $50, $75, $100 per sale, so it could be worth it for you to actually mail the postcards. If it's your own product, then, you don't have to have that big of a price point. You want it to be a product that is already converting extremely well. Doesn't necessarily have to be converting with postcards or direct response. You just want to make sure that it's an offer that's converting well and the market is responding to the messaging that's involved. But here's an example of, you may or may not have a copy of my Make Real Money on the Internet book. It's a real physical book, 133 pages, and retails for $19.95. But what we do is we ship it to you for just the cost of shipping. In the United States, that's just $4.95. So this postcard went out to very specific groups of people. Now, let me tell you how I select our list, and you can use this as criteria when you go to the people that I'm going to recommend you to. I go to people that have previously purchased offers for making money on the internet, for the offers we're sending out. And here's the thing. You want buyers. And the reason why the conversions with postcards can be outrageous, unbelievably large, is because you're going after buyers. You're not going after seekers or information, hoarders, or, people that are just curious. You have the opportunity to select very specific lists of people that have purchased. You can know what they purchased. You can see what it is they purchased, and you can even know what price they purchased it at, and even if there were upsells and what they were backed into. You may not know what percentage of the people actually bought the back-end offers, but you can know how many people are in total on that buyer's list. So the huge thing here is that you're going out to buyers. Never, ever, ever mail postcards to opportunity seekers or people who were just collecting information. That's easy to avoid because the list broker that I'm going to give you and the mail house, they know how to help you select buyer's list. So with this specific offer, I was a little bit more specific. I said, hey guys, I want to go out to people that have purchased business opportunities related to the internet and making money on the internet, but I want to go out to people that responded previously to postcards, because what I wanted to do is just model what had already worked. Okay, I wanted to go out to people that previously got a postcard in the mail and then went to their computer and went online and purchased something. Okay, and I wanted it to be, at the price range of $39, $40, $50 range. I just wanted to be in that range. And then there are, some upsell offers attached, although that wasn't as important. Okay, so this is the postcard. This postcard works like gangbusters. Some of my marketing friends almost like demanded, a physical copy of this postcard. And, out of the kindness of my heart and out of friendship, I gave them copies so they can use and model themselves. But this is just one side of it. Who else wants to make at least $2,000 per day or more working just 1 hour a day? Okay. And, we put together an entire system that, pretty much just maps this out. And what we did was gave them an opportunity to get this book. So on the flip side of this, which I'm not going to actually show you, it's just, the flip side. And then each side was coded with, URLs. I had multiple URLs, and the URLs had inside of them embedded tracking links. So all they saw was the URL, but, the URL just basically took them over to the site that I'm about to show you that they went to. And I was able to track the response that way, and I'll show you the results of 10,000 postcards that I mailed out, the first 10,000 that I mailed out on this card, and it's just gotten better and better. But here's the page, okay, that they see. So they hit this postcard, right here, and they flip it over, they see the address, it's like, wow, so let me go check this out, and this is the page that they come to. I want you to notice the consistency in color and design, okay? Look at the colors. You know, you have the black, you have the green, you have the gray, you have the copy of the book. So when they hit the site, they have that same consistency. You have the black, you have the green, you have the gray, and when you scroll down the page, right, you have some social proof and stuff, and you see the copy of the book. So there's a lot of consistencies here, and that's very, very important. You want to make sure that the design of the postcard is consistent with the site. And when you get your postcard designed, the people that I'm going to refer you to, they're going to ask you what the landing page is. They will look at the page that people are going to land on when they respond to the postcard, and they will design the postcard to match it. So you don't even have to concern yourself with that, okay? But this is the site that they hit, and then they would click here, you know, to get a copy of the book, and we would use promo codes also for the list, okay? So we can know what list was responding well, and the list was just, you know, outstanding in their response. Now, one thing about this page that you may want to model is I never mention anywhere on this page except in one spot that they have to pay the shipping, okay? That's it. I don't even mention it, really. It's just like buried down in there. And the reason why is because first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get that name and that email address in the promo code if they have one. Okay. So if they don't have one, then, okay, that's fine. They can go through because I'm still tracking it, you know, via the URLs. And by the way, we send traffic to here through different means, than just postcards, although the postcards was a primary focus. Okay. So what happens is after they get this, let me go and do this real quick. You can see what the next page is that they see. All right, let me put in that little code. All right. That doesn't happen all the time. I don't know why one shopping cart is doing that. Okay, so it says you're almost done. I show a little bit more social proof from some low-end accounts that I have. That's something that's more believable for them, but definitely real accounts, okay? And the message actually continues, and now I'm just letting them know that basically they qualify. All they have to do is just pay the cost of shipping for the book, okay? So down here, there's U.S. $4.95, Canada $6.97, international $14.90. Now, for the postcards, they all went out to the U.S., so everybody was paying just $4.95. That's pretty much it. And then there were upsells and all that kind of stuff. But just on the front end, let me show you a quick stat here. Just on the front end, when I first mailed this out, I mailed this out to 10,000 initially, and this was the tracking URL that was printed on the postcard. Okay, I got 2,465 unique clicks. Okay. The raw clicks means, you know, few people came back to the site. Now look at this. Out of 10,000 postcards, 2,465 of them came to the site after seeing this postcard, okay? 1,739 of them opted in. It gave me a 70.5% opt-in rate, okay? And on the front end, and it cost me about $5,000 to mail the 10,000 postcards. And I brought in on the front end. This does not include all the back end selling and the affiliate offers which goes into thousands of dollars. Okay, but just on the front end, $9,938.26. I generated 711 sales for a sales conversion of 28.8% from this postcard. Okay, I want you to see that this is huge. Okay, now you can do the exact same thing. You can find your own products. You can build your own books, if you will, to bring people in and have it free plus shipping. And here's the thing I do recommend, though. I recommend that you do this with continuity type programs, because that way, you know, if you're making a little bit of money on the front end, you know that you have that opportunity to make more money on the back end from the number of people that actually stick every single month through the continuity program. You know, programs that have really good upsells. Okay, that way you can make more money. And this allows you to get started faster as opposed to waiting until you get your own offer up and in place. Okay, now here's another postcard that we're running right now. This is one of the postcards. Oh, I actually showed you this one in the video as well. This is another postcard, and I'm actually including a sample, this PDF with this video for you, okay? This is the postcard that's performing really, really well right now. I think this one, I'm looking at that URL, You Make Real Money Online. That one is, I think this one has it's between a 19.5 and 20% sales conversion. Okay, and you can expect conversions to go down from postcards during the summer months because people go away on vacations and all that kind of stuff. So being that we're just coming out of the summer month, if you're going to be running any postcards anytime soon, you should be good to go. All right. So Here we go. This is one of the postcards that's running really well right now. And here's another postcard that we're running right now that's doing extremely well.